Welcome back, Duelists, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. So many things to catch up on. Thank you guys for letting me take the last day and a half, 2 days off here. Oh, so many things to talk about. So, before Christmas, you guys shattered my I want to get to 100 before the end of the year, which was roughly 4 months of me being here on YouTube. And that was amazing. This year, I'm shooting to hit the full 1,000, and today we started off with 130 already on the channel. Big thumbs up to everybody out there. Of course, I got to come at you guys with a deck profile, but we're gonna get to that here in a second. Of course, we got to do some more speed duel stuff. And before I get into just starting to make random decks like warrior tech stuff, or playing this card for this card's sake, I'd like to try to finish out the remainder of the unique speed duel or Battle City speed duel skill cards that were not used yet on the channel. So we're going to have like 3 God card decks. We still got to have the Phantom Beasts. Probably not going to use Taya now. If you actually read the skill, this says you take no effect damage from your opponent's card effects during your own turn. Taya's Power of Friendship really should be relegated to the casual form where you are allowed to use multiple skill cards in tandem, because this is not like a main game effect. However, you may choose to side deck this card. And in speed duels, you are allowed to side deck skills, and you are allowed to switch skills in between games. And it falls within the online PDF format of the 6 cards in your side deck. So it's never going to have its own deck. It will, however, still see maybe some play. We're going to have the Obelisk deck. Looks like 2 trap monster builds, which should be amusing. This is sort of like a Harpies Hunting Ground-esque aggression thing. This is just like a mild aggression skill, and I never bothered to read these, but I'm assuming it's got to do with Jinzo and cheating, so we're going to use those too. So we've got 3, 6, 9. We got 11 more decks before I get to start building things in Speed Duel that I want to build for the sake of it, just like I built the Pseudo Monarch. And again, I can't wait to get back to this. Additionally, we have the giveaways. And everybody should thank Mr. Drumstick real quick for sending me in a care package just a whole tin of cards to help with doing giveaways. And it actually inspired one of my teammates who helped me pulling some stuff out of Genesis Impact that we are going to have kind of a full box extra stuff to help pad those giveaways. So here's the rules. Comment, and that enters you. I will generally pick 2 people every week. So that's 52 times in a year that you can possibly win, depending on how many people are commenting. The criteria doesn't really matter. All I ask is that the content of your comment be respectful to everybody else in the comment section. I've had criticism before, and it's helped me get better. So if you have some good criticism for me on how to get better at this, I'm all ears. I'm more than happy to listen, learn, and adapt appropriately. But as long as we're not cussing at each other, I think we're all going to be fine. You guys have been like that already. Just amazing community. So I'll pick 2 people a week. I'll generally announce it at the end of the week, and you have till the next week to get back to me. I'll tag you in a comment. I will reply to whatever it is that you said. I normally do that anyway. I'll add an additional reply saying that you've been picked as a winner. I leave my contact information, my email, on the page, and I will always put something on screen for you to let you know how to get a hold of me. All I ask is that you guys give me like a P.O. box or a street address, somewhere I can send you some cards. Because again, what I thought was going to be something to help me clean off a shelf You guys filled it back up because I don't know. So there's that. I got a couple of custom builds I'm working on. One of them includes this amazing card right here. And another one includes the Master of Oz, which I did just order. So right now I am waiting on cards for 5 different decks to come in the post. That's awesome. If you guys have anything that you'd like to request, please do that. I understand that I've wasted quite a bit of time already. So let me give you the deck profile this week, or today. Jeez, Pete's. All right, so what I did was I made a Counter Fairies deck because, again, this is something that's very budget, very accessible, and honestly, this deck list doesn't fluctuate often. And due to the new maximum gold packs, we've been given a reprint of a very essential card that helps to secure this deck's ability to play well. And that card is the Barrier Statue of the Heavens. So we're going to require 1 copy of that. We will be playing 3 copies of Bountiful Artemis. We will be playing 3 copies of Guiding Ariadne. We will be playing 3 copies of Honest. Please give it up for Shatterfoil Dual Terminal. We have 3 copies Minerva the Scholar of the Sky. And I'm running 2 copies Power Angel Valkyria. Moving on to the spells of the deck, I'm just going to simply have the Monster Reborn. 3 pots of Duality. Now again, if you're going to play this in a more competitive and not a budget stance, please play Pot of Extravagance here. It's awesome. 3 copies, the Sanctum of Parshath, and 3 copies, the Ties of the Brethren. And for the traps, this is really a hodgepodge of all counters. Play the ones that you feel. I like a triple of Drastic Drop-Off. I like a double recall because monster effects are something I dislike. I'm running the triple Solemn Judgment. Again, the ban list eventually helped us out and gave us all 3. Playing a triple Solemn Strike because it's utility. A single Solemn Warning. And 3 copies Ultimate Providence. Now, I did not include an extra deck, and I will not include a sideboard for this. The extra deck can be as simple as you putting together whatever cards you think are going to help you. Again, I'm not too sure where I would go with this. Every time I've played Counter Fairies, it has been without the use of an extra deck. And if today's deck list was all that you were really here for, I'm sorry that I bothered you with all the extra stuff. But if this deck list helps you, if any of this content sounds relevant to you, like, comment, hit the subscribe button. Please just go tell your friends about the channel. That seems to help out the most. But that is class dismissed for you guys. If you want to know why I made my choices, let's get into the deck in depth. So with the Barrier Statue of the Heavens, I'm running a single copy because it's a tie. We're just going to play it off Ties of the Brethren. And if we don't set this card up, it's still not going to kill us. What this means is neither player can special summon monsters except Light Attribute. And again, this would be like the only target for Salamangreat Almirage in our deck. So again, it's so circumstantial. We would have to normal summon this for this to be the piece that we start to play off of. And I'd rather have it be something that we tutor out when we need it. So I run the single. Now, Bountiful Artemis is, of course, one of the linchpin cards of this deck. Every time a counter trap is activated immediately after its resolution, you're going to draw 1 card. This is going to help you just keep pulling more and more counter traps and give you some very basic, a hand advantage. Additionally, not terrible stats. It's 16 by 17. Very good. And it allows you to play a lot of rank 4 plays. Next up, we have the Pendulum Monster, the Guiding Ariadne. Now, my favorite effect is its Scales effect. So, when placed into a pendulum scale, like that, it's going to say that we do not pay life points to activate counter traps, and we do not discard cards to activate counter traps. This is important because every Solemn Trap card is going to cost us, what? A base whatever life points, because Judgment is half. But 1,500, I think, is the cheapest one if played first with Strike. Now, that's not bad. Now, if this is a monster, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can reveal 3 counter traps in your deck. The opponent chooses one for you to add to hand, shuffle the rest back to your deck. Early game, this is on the field, gets popped. You're going to show them 3 of the same thing to guarantee the card that you want anyway. So it's still all good. There's just no real good way to recur this card afterward. So I'd rather not see this one for my Ties of the Brethren or anything else. I just want to place it in the scale myself and then just bank off the effect. Honest is a great Ties of the Brethren choice, and he's going to help us prevent our opponents from pushing over us physically. That's one of the biggest threats when you're playing such a heavily controlled deck. Sometimes the monsters are a bit frail. Honest is going to turn that around on them. And for those of you who maybe haven't played this card before or played against it, during your main phase, you can return this card from the field to the owner's hand, which allows you to get it from the deck to the field and then from the field to your hand. And during either player's damage step, and it should say during either player's turn, during the battle or during the damage step, when a face-up light monster you control battles, you can send this card from the hand to the graveyard. Your battling monster gains attack equal to the attack of the opponent's battling monster until the end phase. Now, what's great is that's to the end phase. So that's a permanent power boost for the turn. And it's really going to help out because if this was just a one-shot thing and your opponent's got 2 or 3 characters up, you're blocking 1 attack. You're winning 1 battle. This can also prevent your opponent from declaring the additional attacks to continue to try to run over your card. So Honest is very, very useful. Again, very proud of my wife for having the Shattered Foil dual terminal. I think it just looks great. Enough of that. Let's get going. Minerva, Scholar in the Sky, great card. Every time a counter trap is activated immediately after the resolution, this card gains permanently 500 attack power. And if it does, and Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, which we're going to do, sort of pseudo-like, we get to add 1 counter trap with a different name from the graveyard back to our hand. Now, the way that we do this is the Sanctum of Parshath has a name change ability to become Sanctuary in the Sky while in play. So we'll have that in play. This card goes from 1,700 to, mid-20s rather quickly. And, of course, obviously, the longer you can keep it on the field, the better. Some decks still manage to dispatch her pretty quickly. But this is the base muscle of our deck. And we got the Power Angel Valkyria. If you negate the activation of a spell or trap card or monster effect, this card will then allow you to add 1 fairy light monster from the deck to the hand, and it's an effect that you may use once per turn. This is our strongest starter at 1,800. She's not terribly useful, so I only run the 2. But this will allow you to get the Barrier Statue if you need it, Artemis because you want to draw cards, Ariadne because you need to put something into that scale, Honest because you just want to have your opponent not attack you, or Minerva because you're trying to establish the presence. It lets you get anybody. So fantastic. Again, Monster Reborn, just a nice little card to bring back our monsters. Duality lets us excavate the top 3 cards of the deck, add 1 to our hand, shuffle the remainder back in. We can only activate 1 per turn. Can't special summon the turn that you do this. So you're either doing this or you're doing Brethren. Once you hit Ties of the Brethren the first time, you're generally never going to use another Ties of the Brethren. So Pot of Duality is pretty much free. Again, you could play Pot of Extravagance, especially the way that I'm playing right now. That is an unnecessary way to add $90 to a casual budgeted deck. But if you wanted to give it a more competitive edge, there's nothing better to do than just essentially give yourself 3 draw 2s. I mean, you might as well. Sanctum of Parshath, continuous spell. Card's name becomes Sanctuary in the Sky while on the field or in the graveyard. Fairy monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Good for you. Set spell traps cannot be activated by... Set spell traps cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, you can target a total of 3 fairy monsters and or counter traps with different names in the graveyard. Place them on the top of your deck in any order. So, it's good to help you get your traps back. It's excellent for the little bit of power bonus. It's great that it calls itself Sanctuary in the Sky. But it's really here to protect our back row. We really want to protect the set spell traps. So there you go. Ties of the Brethren. Lot of long-winded speech here. Pay 2k life points. Target a level 4 lower that you control on your side of the field for the rest of the turn after this resolves. You cannot special summon monsters. Also, special summon 2 monsters from the deck with the same type, attribute, and level, which is why everything is a level 4 light fairy in the deck. As the monster, with different names from each other and that monster. And then you may not conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this. This is a great opening of the opening card for the game. I love opening this with Barrier Statue or even, I don't mind Guiding Ariadne. I'd rather have Bountiful Artemis or even Power Angel. But it's just great. And again, we could set it up and we could jump Honest from the field to the hand. It's going to help give us another little insurance policy. It's great. So the traps, again, this is my flavor. So feel free to play whatever floats your boat. Drastic drop-off. When the opponent adds a card or cards from deck to hand, including drawing, they must discard one of those. Think of this as counter trap Ash Blossom. Okay, except Ash Blossom can't target draws. So, yes to drastic drop-off. Recall ×2. This is the Dark Bribe version of Divine Wrath. So, your opponent activates a monster effect. Negate the activation, and if you do destroy the card, the opponent draws 1 card. Fantastic. Solemn Judgment. Pay half your life points. Negate the activation of a spell, trap, norm, or a summon of a monster card. Destroy the card. Fantastic. Strike. When a monsters would be special summoned or a monster effect activated. Flip. Pay 1,500. Negate. Destroy. Fantastic. Solemn Warning. Only 1, guys. I only wanted 1. When a monster would be summoned or a spell, trap, or effect monster activated that includes the effect of summoning a monster or monsters, pay 2k life points, negate the summon or activation of the card that would summon, and destroy. So this could stop Monster Reborn. This could stop a Link monster from being played. Or this could stop, insert another card here. Like Berserkian's effect, when it gets destroyed, to go ahead and allow the electromagnets to be replayed. Again, I only wanted 1. And last up is Ultimate Providence. This is essentially Solemn Judgment. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, discard a card of the same type, monster, spell, or trap, negate, and destroy. However, quick tech, Ariadne in the scale prevents discards and life point payments. You don't have to discard anything, you just negate whatever you want. As long as Ariadne is in your scale. And that's my counter fairies. So, one more time. If this deck, or anything like it, has helped, consider a subscription. Please tell your friends. If you guys want to win some free cards, leave comments like you guys have been doing. Every week I'll pick 2 people. I will let you know in the message or in the comment section down below. I will give you guys a week to respond to me via email. Again, that can be found on my info page here on YouTube. And I will leave it in a comment when I tell you that you have won. And then I will happily send you guys out some stuff. I am working on some speed duel stuff. Obviously, we've still got, what I said, like 10, 11 skills here to go through. So we got that to go through. I've still got 5 decks I want to build, 2 custom builds, and the 3 decks out of Genesis Impact that the cards are on the way. So I will be playing Drytrons, I will be playing the Magistus, and I will be trying the Idols Live, or the Twins, or whatever you want to call them. We will be trying that deck. I am still working on other builds. I have something of a Cosmo deck almost together. I really think that I might be doing some Marincess here soon. And there's something else. I can't remember what it was. It was a little bit older. It might be Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. I'm not sure at the moment. And obviously, if I was competent at editing, I would, cut this portion out where I'm deliberating about it, and I would just go over there and check. I didn't, whatever, sorry. I'm going to try to get on a better schedule this year. And again, my goal, because you guys seem to explode anything that I say, my goal is 1,000 by the end of calendar year. So I got work to get done. So I'm going to go do that. You guys enjoy your day. Hopefully 2021 is going to be a great year for all of us. And I'm also thinking I'm going to go order a new rig rather than the tripod I have here. And I might teach myself how to do some of this remote duel stuff. And maybe my team will start... maybe we'll make it a separate channel for duel videos, or we'll do it on here or something. But seriously, until then, you guys have a good night.